Hello, Toy Collector fans. Universal Toy Collector here, and welcome to the channel. And welcome to another episode of My Collecting Life, the weekly series where I get to speak with you, members of the toy collecting community, about your own personal collections, finding out what got you into collecting in the first place and what gives you that toy collecting buzz. Alrighty then, so who is the guest on this week's episode? Well, why don't we all find out? You all know the drill by now. Sit yourselves down, put your feet up, and make yourselves comfortable. And let's take a look at some of his collection in a musical montage. Okay, yet again, another absolutely fantastic collection. And when I saw a couple of his photos, I thought it was like walking into a toy store. Awesome stuff. It is a pleasure to welcome to the channel for the first time, Gillster37. Hello, sir. How are you?
How you doing? How you doing, Stu? How you doing, everybody?
I'm all good, man. Thank you so much for taking the time for doing this. I know you're a busy man, so I really appreciate your time. So
No problem. It's glad to be here.
thank you. Thank you. Right. So you were saying that you know a little bit about the series. So then with that, you'll know that I've got 10 questions for you, all about you and your collection. So if you're ready, should we crack on with the first one?
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Let's do this, shall we? Okay, nice one.
Right.
Number one, what toy lines were you into as a kid, and what memories do you have of those toy lines?
Memories, toy line as a kid, Masters of the Universe, and the set of Skinner Star Wars 77 to 85, Superpowers. I grew up in the 80s, so, that's mostly around that time, 83, 82, 83, 84, 85, yeah.
Definitely a good era, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that's why I mostly collect what I collect is during that time period. It's like, I collect retros, He-Man, anything that brings me nostalgic during that time period.
Absolutely.
I'm all about.
Awesome stuff, awesome stuff. And what are your memories of those? Did you watch the Sunbow cartoons of He-Man? Did you see, were you into Transformers, G.I. Joe, that sort of thing, Saturday morning TV?
I didn't know about Transformers until later on. Watch all the cartoons, He-Man. While I some of the movies, definitely, a lot of the movies are a big influence.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, Super Friends, stuff like that. Yeah.
So you're into Marvel and DC as well, were you?
Oh, I'm into everything, man. I'm into anything that takes me away from real life. Anything that gives me where I'm like, give me eye candy, give me something where I can be entertained and not think about other stuff besides. Because I like everything pretty much. I'm pretty creative, so it piques my interest. I'm there, accept it for what it is, and enjoy the heck of it.
Absolutely. So what was it like at Christmas and birthdays then? I'm guessing you got in you're getting action figures and vehicles and stuff like that for Christmas and birthdays and stuff.
Yeah, I got some Star Wars and a little bit of G.I. Joe. I didn't know what G.I. Joe was until someone gave it to me. Like, oh, this is cool. I didn't know what G.I. Joe was. I was like, Oh wow, cool. You know that car, you know about you collect GI Joe, of course. The Dreadnoughts car,
Oh
the
yeah,
high rod.
yeah.
You got that for Christmas. Didn't even know what it was until I got it. Like, oh, this is cool. What happened to it? I have no idea.
No. So with the toys
And
then from childhood, have you got many of your childhood toys left, or no, you had to start again?
no, I had to start all over again, man. I had to
Oh
start
man.
all over again. I have nothing left over from when I was a kid.
Oh
Nothing at
man.
all.
Gutting.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
It's somewhere out there. Just giving someone else joy. I got what I got.
True.
I'm cool with what I got, so I'm cool with it.
Yeah, yeah. Um. So of all the toy lines that you had as a kid, what was your favorite toy line and why?
Again, I gotta say Star Wars.
Yeah.
It was 85. I was during that Empire Return of the Jedi phase.
Yeah.
Right there. And I think actually tied between that and He-Man. So
Okay.
He-Man and Star Wars about tied.
So what was it about those two then, the He-Man and the Star Wars, that set them apart from every other toy line for you?
Uh, well, the creativity, the colors, the just how they looked, and everyone else had one, and I had to have mine too. you know,
No, I get that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I had to have mine. It's like yeah, and the cartoons. Watching the cartoons, I had to have my He-Man and Skeletor. You
Hmm.
know, I don't know what happened. I think also my stuff got stolen.
Oh, really?
That's how it happens. So I
Yeah,
had
yeah.
I had Batman and Robin, the Kenner. The Kenner superpowers. Don't know what happened
Okay.
to them. They got lost or
Oh, wow.
stolen. But I did replace them. I got some new ones.
You got some new ones. Awesome stuff.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I had to. I was like, hey, when I seen them in the store, like, man, I haven't had this since 1984, man.
Hmm.
I'm buying this one. But that price, I mostly get out. I mostly like the idea when I buy a new toy. I like the deal. It's like, well, I can't beat that price. I gotta pick it up now. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
pay you this for this. I think I get more from the deal than anything. You're getting it. It's like, oh my god, look at this! I got this for this price. I can't beat that. Yeah, I know. So
Awesome. So as a kid then, walking into like a toy store and you see all these Master of the Universe figures in their boxes and the car backs and all the Star Wars stuff. What memories of those do you have as a kid from walking into the toy stores? What was
I
it?
want to take
Was
off.
it the packaging that appealed to you? Was it just the fact that it was the figures and the cartoons and the films?
I think it was a cartoon, and they look colorful, and I had to have all of them. So like I want it, but like, hey mom, can I have this? No, no, you can't have it. No, you gotta buy other things. It's like I think the more you want it, the more it's like I didn't have a whole lot of toys back then because we couldn't afford it. So
Yeah, yeah.
now that I can afford it, I can buy them. But back then it was like I maybe got maybe like 4 or 5, and that's it. I had to do with what I had and play with other adults. Play with my sisters. Like, hey, like Skeletor, don't touch me. Running with my sister's Barbies and stuff. Like, hey, Skeletor.
Right.
You had to. We didn't have a whole lot. You had to, mix and match with other ideas, and that's how it's.
I suppose as a kid, it was all about imagination, wasn't it? Back in
Yeah,
those days.
still is. I gotta have imagination.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm mostly about is imagination.
Mm.
Ideas.
So who
I
was your
also do a lot of customizing too.
you do
So
a lot of customizing? Oh, do you? Okay.
yeah, I find something I can figure something out. Like he just needs some paint. For example, I not only do I collect toys, but I also buy art supplies as well. So I got a thing
Okay.
of art supplies, toys, DVDs, Blu-ray, back to toys, but paper, paint. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
all over the place. So I'm like
Awesome.
when I'm at work, I'm thinking, well, I can do if I make this into that, I just get ideas at work. I'm like, what if I do this and I could sew this cape or paint touch up that guy's boots or make them look presentable.
So what got you into doing that then? What was the thought process behind that? What inspired you to think, oh well, I can do that. I can customize these, or I can give these a touch up. I mean, where did that come from?
Being a kid, being bored, drawing. I draw and paint all the time. So I'm an artist as well. So I'm a creativity. So I like to make something of my own. Like this shirt,
Yeah.
I drew this and put it on a T-shirt. So
Oh
that's
wow.
yeah, I drew that. That's one of my shirts I want to make. I actually want to make a whole lot of T-shirts. I have so many ideas for T-shirts, though.
Is that,
And
is that something that you'd like to get into, that kind of line of work, by like just drawing and
yeah,
putting T-shirts and stuff like that? Yeah.
yeah, I got so many ideas. There's this book I want to do. I want to be able to sometime next year or sometime in the future. I want my art to be in one of those cult, it's like a cult movie book, like
Okay.
art of cult movies, and just have my art and just be published and put it in the book.
Oh wow.
Saying I actually did something. So yeah,
Well,
I doodle and draw and have so many ideas and get inspired from everybody else. So yeah,
do you follow someone on Instagram called Manga Fandanga Art?
yeah, sure do. Sorry, yeah, sure do.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Yeah, he does all his art, doesn't he? He likes his art and stuff like that. He's
Really?
gonna be doing. Yeah, awesome. Yeah.
Good guy, yeah.
Oh, awesome stuff, man. Yeah. Well, no, best of luck to you with that.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay creative. I'm always going back and forth to other things. I do this for a while, then I go to the next thing, and then it all comes full circle. It's like, hey, and you gotta be budgeting your money. You gotta budget very smart. So it's like, pay your bills and have this small budget, and you gotta get this paint over here. You gotta get that over there. It's like, so I gotta stash it and come back to
Absolutely. So have you done any more T-shirts then? Is that the only one you've done so far?
it. Done 3 more for my mom and some other ones, but yeah. I don't have them in my closet right now, but
Oh, that's okay. Awesome stuff, man.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
So,
This is just an idea of about Boba Fett, Bounty Hunter S. Thompson, after the writer Hunter S. Thompson. Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. I
So-
try to mix and match things that wouldn't go together, and like, hey, make something new out of something that's already.
Yeah. No. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, because there's a couple of friends I know that they take toy photography, and they sort of like mix and match. So they don't have it all Star Wars or all G.I. Joe. They mix and match. So you got like Star Wars against Joe, or Aliens against Star Wars, or whatever. And they, just some of the creative ideas is, it's inspiring. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a great episode, man. I watched every bit of it while I was doodling something. I was watching that, so yeah, it was a great episode.
Oh, thanks, man. That was awesome stuff. Thank you. Oh, what a guy! What a guy. When did you stop playing with your toys, and when did you become a collector?
I'd say around Batman '89, Batman Returns. That's a timeline right there, right?
That's the time you stopped playing.
Yeah, I stopped playing. Yeah, I stopped playing. It's I got any more interesting, like girls and partying, and you grow up. Like, hey, what are you doing on ties? Like, well,
So,
yeah.
So, what got you back into collecting them?
A lot was just going through the toy aisle. It was like, man, I feel so weird being in the toy aisle, but so I didn't have some of this cool stuff where they did when I was a kid, and I watched some YouTube videos. It's like, well, they're going to the toy aisle. I'll just pick me up something, and then so on and so on and so on. It's turned into, yeah.
So, can you remember the first thing you bought?
Was the first thing I bought? Actually, was a Killer Star Wars figure.
Okay.
Right here. Little Boba Fett right here.
Get you on there. There he is. Look at that. You got the screen to yourself, man.
Yeah, about
Awesome.
$5.
Wow.
And then we started the whole entire Boba Fett collection. They're like, I'll just collect a bunch of Boba Fett. It's like,
Yeah.
and then Boba Fett turned into other things, Black Series, and then like, hey, let's get some He Man, and let's get some this over here. You know how it snowballs. And then
Yeah.
Lego. Oh
Once
my
you
gosh.
start, it's very difficult to stop, in it. It's a easy hole to fall into, isn't it? Collecting, you know.
Yeah, but it's enjoyable. You know, I'll tell you one thing. I'm glad I'm buying this. I'm not buying, drugs or,
yeah.
like, thank God I'm not buying, because, yeah. I was actually, when I look in my room, I can see, like, I work for that, I'm not going out buying a bunch of drugs or
You're not wasting
alcohol.
the money. You're not throwing it away, so to speak. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm getting memories from me and everybody in the awesome toy community. You and Scuba Pete and Shabby and
Oh
Black
yeah.
Steel Black and they can go on and G Force and all those guys. Yeah,
They're all good guys. All good guys.
everything. Yeah, I mean this community is so awesome, so awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a pretty cool.
I'm sorry, I get a little emotional, but yeah, this community just saves my life, man. It's just so awesome.
Yeah. Oh, stop it. You all right? Don't you start bawling, mate, because you'll get me
No,
going.
no, I'm just on, it's like, this community, it just means so much to me.
Yeah. Well, that's it's good, man, and it's a pleasure to have you as part of the community as well. So
Glad to be
really
part of
appreciate
it.
all your support, man. Appreciate your
Sorry
support.
about that. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay, man.
Just
That's all right, man. No worries. What toy lines do you currently collect at the minute?
Motu, Origins. I do collect both more Origins and Vintage if I can find a good deal. Like,
Yeah.
well, if I can, it's mostly the deals. Like, man, I gotta go that. And then I also have some. I stopped collecting Lego for a while. It's out of sight there.
You stopped collecting Lego.
Well, yeah, because I had to move and I had no room. Space is a big factor, so it all went into a
Yeah.
plastic bin. It's in the garage. So it's like, I told myself, it's like, you know what? You're not collecting Lego now. It gives you more money to spend on art supplies and other stuff. So we're off Lego for a while.
Did you find with Lego that it was fairly expensive for what it is? Because
Yeah.
you get a big box, don't you? But when you put it together, it's quite a small vehicle, isn't it? And it's fairly expensive, isn't it? Do you find that?
Yeah, that's mostly the minifigures is where it gets you. It's like, well, I gotta get my Batman, I gotta get my Spider Man, I gotta get my Lord of the Ring. It's like I gotta get all the little minifigures,
Yeah.
And I'm gonna build this, and then I'm gonna take it apart and build that. And I'm off Lego for a while. I'm on for a while, for longer than that. I'd go to the stores and to my local stores and buy Ghostbusters and build that for a while. And then stop doing that and do draw and yeah.
Yeah. With Lego, just one last question on Lego. Would you ever stick your Lego together?
No.
No.
What?
Would you stick it together? So when you put it together, would you glue it so it doesn't
No,
come apart again?
No, because when I'm done with it, someone else has got to have fun with it.
That's a good point. I didn't think of it like that. Yeah.
I'm not gonna have it forever, and then once it was it's glued together. It's like, no, I'm not Will Ferrell.
Yeah. No. That's a good point, actually. Yeah. Do you know what? I never thought of it like that. That's awesome. Yeah. Gosh. Wow.
And if it breaks, you can just rebuild it again.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I had to take a load of my Lego down because I just didn't have the room for it. So it's handy I didn't glue mine together because I had to take it all to pieces, put them in like little poly bags, seal them up and then just store them away somewhere. So that was fairly handy.
Yeah, that's what I did. I bought a bunch of great value bags and just put them apart and put the minifigures in that and wrote it down and like, that's for that one. That's for that one. They're all separated and organized in a huge tub. Yeah.
So with your collecting, are you more a vintage type person, collecting vintage toys, or do you like getting the modern versions better?
I mostly prefer vintage.
Yeah.
I like vintage. I mean, I can appreciate Black Series, for what they are. It's cool. I don't collect every single Black Series, but what really gets my juice is the vintage. It's like, man, this thing is older than my brother, man.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
older than. Hey, I always tell my nieces, like, see this figure? He's older than your dad. Like, what?
Yeah, no, it's weird, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
I come in here and I've got figures that are like 40 plus years old. That just don't make
exactly.
sense. It's like, it's crazy, absolutely crazy. But
Definitely,
yeah,
yeah. I knew there's just something about vintage. I mean, like the way they look, the way they smell. It's like,
yeah,
uh, it's like, man, it just gives me memories of back then when it was a lot easier. Now I'm just adulting. So
oh my
yeah,
man.
easier
Um,
time back then.
so with obviously with the you got the modern like Motu figures and stuff like that. Do you ever watch the modern versions of the animated series like Revelations, the GI Joe version? Oh, what was it called? Retaliation, that kind of thing.
The He-Man Revelations. Yeah, I watched it once.
Yeah, not a big
The
fan.
series sounds good for it. It ain't what I would have done, but that's just. I mean, that's cool. I like Star Wars Rebels. I'm a big Star Wars Rebels fan.
Yeah,
It helps with my canon. So like, hey, this. So as far as Ahsoka, I'm excited because I know exactly where my canon brain is. Where like that fits here, that fits here. Why is that there? You know. I mean, I
yes,
dig some of the new stuff just as much as I mean, I dig it. I dig everything. I like everything, man.
yeah.
I dig it all.
So you like the Star Wars sequels?
The sequels.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought you said you like everything. Your face says it all, my friend.
I almost walked out of Rise of Skywalker,
Yeah.
but I stayed for my sister, so
Wow.
it was a ticket, so I stayed.
It's not bad.
I'm pretty sure for what it is, but I'm kind of like, why didn't you just let George Lucas do it? It's like, gosh. I think a big
No, there you
complaint.
are.
Why didn't we have all the main characters in one scene? I'm one of those who like, why you gotta kill off why you gotta kill off my people? Why you gotta show these new people they ain't doing nothing? I know, I can go on. Just, I
No,
appreciate
it's
that.
true.
The
I
big
mean,
one.
have you seen Picard?
Picard?
Not
No, I
the
haven't seen Picard because I don't, I like to, I just haven't got around to it though.
Listen, season 3, I thought was absolutely fantastic what they done with season 3 of Picard, and what they done with that is what they should have done with the Star Wars sequels. So that's all I'm going
Okay,
to say. That's all I'm going to say.
I got you. Because I just recently, I've been watching a lot of old Star Trek on.
Okay.
I've been watching the old '60s show and
Oh
some of
wow.
the old movies. So I
Yeah.
recently got some of the old movies here recently. But I'm one of those dorks that watches. When I'm doing something, I usually listen to the audio commentary. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
listen to it while I'm doing something else. Like, oh, yeah,
Mhm.
I think a podcast kind of like, oh, that's cool. That's cool.
No. So with Star Trek, what is your favorite series? I mean, for me, Deep Space Nine.
Star Trek series.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, I'd say the original '60s.
Wow, that is that. Listen,
I
it's
think I
iconic. I'll
haven't.
give you that, but it's like the Batman '66. I can enjoy it, but they're hard watches. They're a hard watch.
Oh, they are okay.
Yeah,
I
I enjoy them. I enjoy them for what they are, but
yeah
I've got to be in the right frame of mind to watch those.
yeah I like. I really haven't seen any of the Star Trek series at all. I mean, I
Okay.
watched a few episodes, but I like Orville. Orville was awesome.
Yeah, that was good. I like that. Yeah, yeah, that was
But
pretty
yeah,
cool.
I'll eventually get around to watching some of the Star Trek series. I just haven't. There's so much out there, and so busy with everything else.
Yeah.
There's so much out. There's so much out there. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, there's this, there's that, and gotta catch up on that. And
Guess yeah, definitely,
you know,
definitely.
there's just
Um,
so much out there.
do you have a sentimental piece in your collection or a prized piece in your collection? Now, when I say prized piece, it doesn't have to be the most expensive piece.
Uh, I'd say it's stuff that's been given to me through the community.
Okay.
Um, like I have some Power of the Force two figures. I keep, you know, they mean a lot to me. I got those from Andy and Josh for the Hall Chronicles, and those
Okay, cool.
and Lax Sivrak from Lax Sivrak. Yeah,
Oh, Lexi Rack, bless him. Yeah.
dude, he's a good dude. And I got mostly it's from stuff I got from this community. Really, it's like I suppose I like keep treasure. Like for
Yeah.
example, I'll show you something. Let's go right here. So you know who Mr. B is, don't you?
Who?
Mr. B in the
Mr. B?
community. Yeah, Mr. B. He's in he's in our community. Mr. B. He customizes figures.
I
He's on
don't think I've heard of
Instagram.
him. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not
he's
too
on
sure.
Papa Gourds. He's
Oh,
on
yeah, I know.
Papa Gourds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he made me this guy right here.
Oh, let's have a look.
That's Steve. He made me this
Oh,
guy
wow.
right here. That's
Who's he?
Bill Murray.
Oh,
Ghost.
okay.
Ghost. Steve Azizu from Life of Aquatic. Like,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
man, he's like, you're the first person ever asked me that's not Star Wars related. It's like, because there's other stuff out there besides just Star Wars, There's other
Yeah.
stuff that, and this
That's a
right
good
here means
likeness
a
to Bill
lot.
Murray, isn't it?
Huh?
I said that's a good likeness to Bill Murray.
Yeah, it's from the Ghostbusters, the old guys, from the afterlife.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's his head with a what's multiverse. I think it was Lex Luthor, the prison
Okay,
outfit, the orange. He just
okay.
painted. Yeah, just swapped heads and painted the body. That's
Yeah, yeah.
pretty much
Awesome.
about it. It's really simple, but the idea that it's made, from someone I know, and took a lot of time and effort to make that for me. That means a lot to me. So
Yeah, yeah.
that's where it's at for me. It's like when someone took time and effort.
Oh,
I can
yeah.
do too, but I can do stuff like that too. But he's a better customizer than I am. So
Oh, well,
he's a good dude, Mr. B. He's a good dude. Yeah.
hmm. Do
It's
you
like
have... Oh, sorry, go on, carry on.
no, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you crack on. It's your show.
I'm just it's like it's mostly the stuff that it's more. There's stuff that got given to me from everybody, all my friends. So
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
mostly
cool.
me. So
Cool. Do you say regret's a strong word, but would you regret not having any of your toys from your childhood? Do you wish you'd have had at least one item?
yeah, before I moved here in Missouri, I lived in Arizona, and I had a He-Man, 1982 He-Man with a shield and sword. Took it on the plane from Yuma, Arizona to here, and I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you left
Yeah,
it
I
on the
don't know
plane.
what happened. It must have got stolen or something. I don't know, but it's gone forever. Someone else has it in their collection. So,
Oh no, gutted.
and you know what's weird? I still haven't got me a He-Man yet. I'm still looking for a good head and a good price, but I'm still
Yeah,
looking. I'm no rush to hurry to get it because what's the rush? I mean, I'm having fun here, so
absolutely,
why hurry to get it when I can just find it for a good price and
absolutely. Um, do you have a grail piece? Something that you really want? Now, when I say grail piece, I don't mean it doesn't have to be really expensive. It could be something that you've wanted in your collection for years and years and years, but you've never got round to getting it.
yeah. I collect Boba Fett. I'm Boba Fett
Okay.
fan club.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for the Kenner, the big doll.
Oh, okay. I
The
know what you mean. Yeah.
yeah, that.
12-inch version.
Yeah, the big tall one. Yeah, that has
Yeah.
yeah. That's that right there. Yeah, that's it right there. I don't care if it's boxed or loose. I don't care. It's a missing piece of my Boba Fett collection, and
Yeah.
why have a Boba Fett collection if you don't have that piece in your collection?
I'm guessing you've not seen one at all then in any like
Yeah, not in my area, and the ones online are just so expensive, and just like wow, if it
how much
is
are they
what
going
it
for
is,
online then?
huh?
How much are they going for online?
Good $300, but
Wow. Okay.
$300 is you know, I mean
That's
that's the
a,
last time I seen it was at least 300 and something.
yeah, wow.
People have seen it, but maybe found something cheaper. But I haven't seen it, so if I haven't seen it for that price. You know,
It's
I
a lot of
just
money.
can't drop, and I just can't. What's the word I'm looking for? Responsibility. Responsibilities.
Can't
I can't just
justify.
like $300 for a piece of
Yeah.
plastic to tear my shelf and be like, "What's next?" Got
Yeah.
chase that dragon. What was that?
Yeah.
What's the next item? So
Was justify the word you're looking for?
what?
Was justify the word you're looking for?
Oh,
You can't
priorities.
justify it.
Priorities. Yeah,
Oh,
pretty much
okay.
priorities. Yeah,
Yeah.
just some priorities. Like, hey, I can't drop that much money on a piece of plastic figure that unless I have like really, unless I hit the jackpot or have another stimulus check.
So is there anything else then other than that Boba Fett then that you wouldn't mind getting?
I can use a Castle Grayskull, but I'm afraid once I have it, they'll just go with the rest of them, and yeah.
What do you mean the rest of them? How many Castle Grayskulls have you got?
I don't have any. I don't have
Oh,
any.
you don't have any. Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, and I didn't want to get the new Origins because it wasn't like, yeah. See, with a Castle Grayskull, I can customize it and make it look really, really cool, or I can
Yeah, yeah.
get two of them and have one cool, and I got an idea for other customizes. I got ideas for. It's like, oh man.
What about
Uh,
what about the HasLabs? Do you follow the HasLabs?
I don't know that. It's not for me.
No.
Like somebody else can get it. I'm not really. I mean, I'm excited for everybody else that wants it, but I don't have no space for it, and it's like, nah, not for
No.
me though. But I mean, I appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that's fair enough.
you gotta, for example, when you're a collector, you have to keep your line small so
Yeah.
you can get as and fill those lines. It's like if you have too many lines, it's gonna get out of control, and you're buying way too much, and you broke, and you won't have no fun. You have small
Yeah.
lines where you like reasonable, like, hey, this is done my research. I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna get it for that price and enjoy it for a while before I go to the next thing. I
Yeah.
can't. Yeah, I've thought about this many times at work. I'm like, how am I going to strategize my collecting life? How am I going to strategize as far as cost, bills, food? You gotta keep it. You gotta keep it all together. You can't
Yeah.
just be like, hey, look at this. Like, oh my god, what? How much does that cost? Yeah, this much. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's the thing. It can get expensive, and I guess the more lines that you collect, the more you tend to want to spend money out on those different lines and stuff like that. So, I mean, over the last year, I've really had to rein it in and stuff like that, and
Yeah,
just like so many orders that I've had to cancel and stuff like that because I just thought, well, I haven't got the space.
yeah,
What got me was the fact with the pre-ordering, they say that would be with you within 3-4 months or however many months. So you budget accordingly, and then everything sort of like turns up at the same time, and you're just like, oh God. So
yeah.
yeah, I just yeah.
See, when you look at something, you gotta look at it and you're like, when I'm at Walmart or in a store, I actually put stuff back out of my cart. I'm like, you know what? It'll still be here. Right now, I just can't afford to get it right now. So
Yeah.
if I look at it and I debate myself in the toy aisle, it's like, do you need it? How bad do you need it? Do you need it right now? Can you get it later? It's the only one left. Well, yeah, I debate myself. I get on. I just put myself in check pretty much. I'm in the store, so I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you really, really need it? Is it gonna go with what you have? Okay. Or then when I'm at work, I'm like, okay, after work, I'm going to Target. I'm gonna go pick me up an Indiana Jones figure if it's there. And I get there, and then short round is off his card. I'm like, no. So
Ah. So
I walk
are you a cardi collector then, or do you collect loose?
I do both. I've been
Both.
collecting the Indiana Jones
Okay. Yep.
on card. I collect both on card and loose. If I can get them on card, like the retros, like the Indiana Jones, the Return of the Jedi thing that came out yesterday with Mon Mothma and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Akbar. I'm like, oh god. I'm like, chill out. Just like, oh my gosh. And then I'm like, well, you still need to get the R2D2 and C3PO. I know. It's like see how I can collect
Oh,
all
they're
these.
retro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know the retros, but to me they look like the 7785 one. So
Hang on, let me enlarge there. That's it. Put it back up.
that's just something,
Focus,
just a
Arlo.
regular retro,
Yeah,
I look
yeah.
at the code to see what's like flat. It's like this is a good one, and I just hang on a pegboard. I got me a pegboard, or
Yeah, I
maybe a
see that.
mounted
Yeah, yeah.
pegboard.
That's pretty
So
cool.
I just if I get bored looking at it that way, I rearrange and do so. I'm gonna make I'm looking to make another pegboard eventually
Mm.
here in a couple months or something
Well,
because I'm running out of space. So I need
that's why I said in the intro, it's like walking into a shop with that pegboard, all those figures on the
yeah.
pegs. That's awesome, man.
It saves space too, it's really helpful. You just rearrange what you like and keep all your stuff that you like, rearrange and move
Mm.
around. It helps a lot with wall space because
Yeah.
you got to put it somewhere and you got to have room for posters, you got room for other stuff than that. You got pegboards instead of just tacking them all on the line. I see some people just have the whole wall just tacked on the wall with figures. You can just line it. I
Yeah,
don't know.
no. Good
This is
idea.
the stuff
Good
I
idea.
think about when I'm at work. So I'm like, well, what if I do this way, this way, this way? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm at work all the time. I always think about something. Get me
No,
away
that's
from
good.
work.
Takes your mind off of work for sure, doesn't it? Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I just like.
Going forward, if you could only collect one toy line, what would it be and why? You've got the choice of all the toy lines that you're collecting now. You've got to choose one. What would it be and why?
Oh my gosh, that is so hard. Oh god, it's a battle between Vintage Kenner and T-Man. I gotta say Vintage Kenner
Yeah.
because
Oh, well,
that's where I grew up. I had a little kid, and I'm a Star Wars guy. 77. That's in my blood. I gotta be a Star Wars guy. It's the code. I gotta follow my code. So
everybody's like, everybody loves Star Wars. What is it about Star Wars that is so special for you? What is it that it resonates with you? What
uh,
what do you enjoy about it?
I think it's mostly the characters, the story, the fantasy about it. The you got so many different people that have the wizards that have powers, the cowboys who don't have powers. I relate to Boba Fett mostly because I'm a quiet guy at work who gets my. I'm a silent assassin. I'm quiet, but I get my shit done. You
Yeah.
know, I'll just.
Awesome.
I don't say much, but I work. I'm pretty quiet, all the time. As you can see through on my Instagram, you hardly see a picture of me at all anywhere because
Mm.
it's the way, right? It's like it's the way. So it's like, and he's like Clint Eastwood. He's like he has this group of thugs with him that kick ass.
Yeah.
Even though I really didn't care much for the Book of Boba Fett. I was kind of
I was just about
let
to ask
down
you that. You
on
didn't like it?
that. They did it wrong, man. They should have had a bunch of bounty hunters kicking butt. We didn't need to see Boba Fett what he looked like. We didn't need all of that. We needed to go back in time and chase down somebody else and kick the crap out of them and take them to Jabba. And some simple stories, not blown out of. We didn't have to dig him out of the Starlight Pit. He could have been before Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. Yeah.
It could have been, you know, my version. Why did he even get in the Starlight Pit? He should have took off the chance he had when he was on Tatooine. It's like I'm out of here later.
Yeah. So
But yeah,
how would you have done it? How if you were writing stories for the Book of Boba Fett, how would you have done it?
I would have had it done at least around maybe right after Return of the Jedi and do a whole other mission looking for some other guy for Jabba and put as much badass space stuff and Western stuff in it and have a few cameos from maybe a few bounty hunters, but don't too mush it up with. We don't need Han Solo in it. He's somewhere else. We don't need. Keep it really, really simple. And you got to keep it simple. I mean, people will be like, now that's what I want to see. I want to see someone that's kicking butt, going in space battles, getting a bounty, doing the old fashioned story. You don't need to see him sleeping in a castle in a waterbed, getting woken up by a Wookiee. Who's supposed to watch the door? Oh, those Vespa kids. Oh, they're good at
Oh,
that.
don't get me started on those Vespa kids, man. That was awful, wasn't it? How
Yeah,
bad was that?
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, why did we have to have it in the why did Boba Fett have to be in the Mandalorian? Not just me. It's like
Well, listen, when he was in The Mandalorian, I didn't mind him in that. I thought he was absolutely awesome. He was savage. When he was
yeah,
taking out those stormtroopers with that gaffy stick, I thought, wow, this is what we want to see. And in
yeah,
the Book of Boba Fett, for some reason, he just, God
yeah.
knows, wasn't
Exactly.
great.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta really find out what the story. Because when I look at Boba Fett, it's like me. It's like you don't want to know about my backstory. I'm just a bounty hunter. I'm just find dudes. I'm not that interesting. Just don't kick some ass.
Oh, man.
It's like what I'm saying. Like, let me just get these guys over here. Let me get this guy for a job and get paid.
Mm.
It turned out to be an adventure. You know, you know.
So you, in your opinion then, because it's pretty much mine, you feel that Book of Boba Fett was a wasted opportunity?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Why did they have to have Grogu meet Dengar in his own show? That could have been Mandalorian season 4. Not during Boba Fett's time. It's like,
Yeah.
what's Boba Fett doing? Saving the village? No one respects him. He's like, like, what's he doing it for him? Riding I can go on and on about that show. I've only watched it once.
Yeah, you want to watch it again then, though?
Yeah, I only watched Book of Boba Fett like maybe like once. It's hard
Yeah.
to watch. For me, it's really hard.
From that, I'm guessing you wouldn't watch it again. Then you wouldn't watch it again.
Yeah, I'd watch it again. Yeah, if there's nothing else on.
Wow.
I know that. Right. I'm one of those purists that I'm original trilogy guy. It's just I'm 46, man. I'm upset in my ways.
Would you ever consider starting your own YouTube channel? I know you mentioned something about it the other day when you were messaging me saying for one reason or another, but
my work schedule, man, and there's not enough stores around here to go shopping, and they have the same basic 3 Walmarts and 1 Target, and they don't have nothing at all. If I was to start anything, it had to be something to do with creativity.
Yeah,
I make stuff. I'm like, hey, I'll show you how to make this. Like, I'll show you how to make a pegboard, or let's color this, or let's something creativity, something like that.
What about t-shirt designs and stuff like that? T-shirt art.
Yeah, t-shirt art. Yeah, I can post that on my Instagram. Yeah, but my work schedule, man, I'm always at work, man. I take over my life pretty much. And every time I'm off work, I'm exhausted. I'm like, ugh. I just want to go to sleep and watch some YouTube and let's see what Stu and all these guys are doing. Because when I'm at work, I'm on every Friday. I'm like lucky if I get to catch ZSR. I'm like, oh no, hey guys, we're going by. Oh damn. I'm just ready to launch. You're going on the second show, and I already went ZSR.
Do you watch them on catch up? Do you rewatch it?
Yeah, I watch it. Yeah,
they're a good bunch of guys. Those 3, yeah.
Yeah, I love. I'm also there for support too, man. You need the views. I'm there to give you some views. I'll watch some Left Coast graphics. I want to give you some views. Super Awesome Geek Show, Shabby. I'll watch it all, man. Better than still doing on TV. I'm there for support, man.
No, it's really appreciate it. It is very much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we're coming to the top of the hour. I've got 2 questions left for you. What gives you that toy collecting buzz?
Toy collecting buzz? Seeing what else is in someone else's collection, and I gotta have it or appreciate it, or I'm always thinking I already have a few items on my brain next to get. It's like I'll get that on that date, and I'll get that on the next payday. But I already have in my brain I have like certain quests I have. I'm gonna pick that up that time, and I'll pick that up. Then I'm gonna get that paint. I'm gonna do that. But yeah, it's just the next thing. It's just watching everybody else's collection. Hello?
Hello? Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
I'm just listening to you, dude. Don't you worry about me.
Just to keep it really short. I mean, I usually whenever I see like new stuff, the only stuff that got me new stuff is those retros, man. On card, I gotta have them on card, and maybe I'll get another one and maybe open a few of them up. But I gotta have them on my pegboard. It's the vintage look I love.
The vintage. I like vintage, I've got to say. And I mean, the only thing about those vintage cards for the retro collection is they're quite thin, and I don't like that big retro sticker on the front of them. But there you are.
I've learned to deal with it. I don't want to rip the card, so I just leave it on there.
That's why I've left mine on there, because I'll take it off and I ruin the card. So.
Yeah, I like your Black Series, how you got it set up there this morning. I'll have to check out the Stu's video, guys.
I'm still trying to get back to people on that anyway. So
you got me beat on that one. Man, that's so nice. I mean, I didn't think about getting all those in card and loose. I got a few Black Series. They're in the tub, loose ones, but as you tell, I don't have no room for it to put them in here
Yeah.
yet. So
The thing is, I wish
space
I'd have
is your
gotten one
thing.
set. I wish I'd have just gotten one set of those anniversary figures. But now, because I got two of the two of the Empire Strikes Back and two of the Star Wars ones, a bit of OCD kicks in and thinks, well, really, I need to get two lots of the Return of the Jedi because then I can display them the same. And the way I've got it set up now, I'm not 100% happy with it because I like displaying them with the card in the case and the figure loose. I can't do that with the Star Wars at the moment because there's not enough room on the shelves. So it's kind of like just have to make do for the time being.
You gotta pick and choose what you want up there. And do you want them
Absolutely.
all at one time, or do you want to occasionally mix it up and have it really like 4 or 5? And when you get bored looking at that, and just put a different set. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you gotta think, space is your biggest thing. It's like, where am I gonna put this? I gotta have that for that. Where am I gonna put it? Oh my gosh. You know, it was cool,
That's
but what, you know.
That's the issue. Definitely. With when you go out collecting toys, do you prefer going to the shops or the stores and getting and seeing, or do you like doing it online?
I prefer going to the stores. I prefer supporting my community by going to my local toy shops that I know of to help, give them some business. I try, they know me pretty well. I try to get, I know what they have there and I know what I'm going to go get when I get it. It's like, and then I'd rather help them than have to go to Walmart and get something that's, they don't care. It's like, I know it's Walmart, but something about going into a local toy shop, the guys that talk to you about this stuff. That's what I prefer. Have fun talking to my guys. Through the Looking Glass where I'm from, or the clubhouse. Just gotta drop some names. Sorry.
Absolutely, awesome stuff.
Yeah, because it's the toy shop. We got to keep the small businesses alive, man. Because they actually care and talk to you, and they'll save stuff for you. They won't break it or bend the card, or they'll bullshit with you for a while. Sorry.
No. I mean, crikey, I've seen some of the cards and some of the deliveries you guys get over in the States with incredible, with like damaged cards, damaged bubbles, all that sort of stuff, bent cards. It's just, I don't get it. I just can't get my head around it.
I usually don't deal with online stores. I don't buy online. I just go straight to the store.
Yeah.
I look confused. I don't know. Like, if I need something that bad, I'm like, but there's really nothing out there I actually need online that's like I need it. I know it'll come around. It'll come around eventually. So I waited it out. I play the waiting game.
No, fair enough. I mean, that's quite a wise thing to do, really.
I'm collecting something else. I might as well wait. If I really need it, if it's meant to be in my collection, it'll be in my collection. If it's not, I'm gonna sweat and buy a figure and then have it shipped to me and have it all broken and bruised up because some employee hates nerds. It's like
right. No, I get that. I get that. It's I prefer going in, and I mean, some of the stores around our way, you can't really. Well, I suppose I'm like you. I like to talk to people, but they don't really sort of like say too much. Or it's just shop assistants, aren't they? So what do they know? But anyway,
and some of these kids that work at these WalMarts are like, I don't know what it is. It's before my time. I don't watch black and white. What do you want, sir? Like little brat.
Oh, today's youth. Today's youth. Never mind.
I know.
Right. Last question.
Sure.
What does your collection mean to you?
Like I said earlier, I'm not buying methamphetamines or crack cocaine or I got plastic crack. That's all I need. It's like I actually have something to show for my collection. It means, yeah, I'm not out buying. I used to have a real trouble past in the '90s and the early 2000s, and I had to get away from that situation. And this is the best therapy for me. To actually think about toys and stuff like that. Because I was thinking of when am I gonna get high next time? And I was like,
Mm.
I left that life behind me. Ever since 2001, I had to get a whole new reboot in my life. So and then that's where pop culture comes in.
Yeah,
God gave
awesome,
me
man.
Gillster37, and I've been rolling ever since, bro.
No, that's
Yeah,
quality. That's absolutely quality, and it's good that it can have this type of thing can have that type of effect on people and stuff like
yeah,
that, and it can give them something to focus on, something to um take them out the real world, and just
yeah.
you know what I
Because
mean?
because my former life, man. Before I was, I used to be a real ass. I used to have people around me that, and heard the word, you ever heard the word frenemies? Friends that
Yeah,
keep you
yeah,
around.
yeah.
I had a lot of them people around me, and I had to, something happened to me where I'm like, I gotta change something now, or before it's too late. So yeah, then around that time, 2000, went to rehab, and now it's mostly toys and art, and not thinking about the old stuff. Just trying to
Awesome,
go
man.
forward with the
You've got a
new
focus.
stuff.
You found a focus.
Yeah,
Awesome stuff. Awesome. Well, seriously, I hope you do more art and stuff like that for t-shirts and stuff like that, because I think
yeah,
that'll be pretty cool. So I hope that works out for you, my friend. Really do.
yeah. I hope
Um,
so too, man. I just gotta get time to sit down and do it once in a while.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm all for that. Yeah, thank you.
Well, I'm sure you'll find the time. I'm sure you'll make the time.
Oh yeah.
Awesome stuff, man. Awesome stuff. And what about nostalgia buzzes? Do you I mean with your collection, like you can sit in your room and you can just think back to your childhood and stuff like that? So do you get nostalgia buzzes and stuff like that as well from looking at your collection?
Yeah. When I'm also at work, I'm also in the movies. A lot of vintage movies. A lot of
Yeah.
all different varieties. I collect DVDs for the director as much as the actor. So I have movie ideas. Who I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna write who's the stories. Gonna be that.
Mm.
It's like, I just play with my brain. Like, hey, let's. But yeah, nostalgia. Yeah, just yeah, and also that makes you think. Yeah, nostalgic. It's
Awesome.
wholesome, man. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. Gilster, my friend, that has come to the end of the chat. I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time out and chatting to me. Really enjoyed chatting to you. Where can people find you on social media?
On Instagram, Gillsters_37.
Yep.
If I can, find things to post. I try not to copy everybody on toys and try to mix it up with art and film and
Yeah.
you know, yeah. Instagram mostly, yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
I
cool.
would do Facebook, but Facebook's kind of hard for me to catch up.
So you are
I
on
try
Facebook as well,
Facebook.
yeah? You're on
Huh?
Facebook as well. You're on
Yeah,
Facebook as
I'm on
well.
Facebook. Yes, yeah.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put your social media links in the description below. So for your Instagram page and for your Facebook, and if anybody wants to look up Gilster's artwork and stuff like that, then please do. Anyhow, this has been Gilster37. Like I say, the description to his social media links will be left. The links rather will be left in the description below. Get me merge waddled. Right. Just want to say thank you very much. It's been a pleasure chatting to you. Thank you all for watching. Really appreciate your support as always. Take care, stay safe, and we shall see you in the next video. And bye for now.